We as a humanity are undergoing a shift or a transformation into new reality. However, in order for us to achieve our manifestation and our goals in this new reality, we need to have the right mindset, values, and a set of higher knowing. Hello, YouTube fam, and welcome to my channel, Athena Virtuous. I'm Athena, I'm your spiritual guide and astrologer. So, guys, let's together explore the energies of this week and next week. So, technically, this video will cover from the 25th or the 24th of March up till April the 8th, because the energy is fascinating for the first week of April. So I decided to cover it under this video. And just to let you know that this video going to be strong. So the first part of the video, I'm going to cover the aspects of the week. And then I'll be talking extensively about the solar eclipse in Aries and the 9 degree. Okay, so let's start with March 25th. As you see in the chart here, there are many beautiful and harmonious aspects, but for this segment, I'll be just focusing on Mercury. That's going to be sextiling with Pluto. Mercury is a ruler of an air sign, and it's gonna form a sextile or a harmonious Venusian aspect with Pluto at 3 degrees and 27 minutes, as well as Jupiter, as you see here in Gemini, which is technically ruled by Mercury, is going to form a beautiful Jupiterian aspect, which is a trine with the moon. Okay, and once again, Jupiter is under the rulership of Mercury, which is still retrograde in Aries. Okay, and it will be trining the moon and the air sign of Aquarius. So there's a lot of energy of air sign. But what does that tells me? This tells me that there is a strong will and clear opinion. You have a broad interest into something or situation, whatever that thing is. It could be a situation, it could be partnership, it could be agreements, whatever it is, but you have a strong ability of being persuasive, being magnetic. Remember, Pluto, okay, and Mercury sextile, this is an indication of being very well-spoken person. Okay, even though Mercury is retrograde, but it's, supported by Pluto in Aquarius. Okay, so you're being magnetic, you're being, it's like the magician in tarot cards. You are charmed and you have the tools you need to achieve your goals. Okay, you probably gonna be involved or engaged in a very deep conversation. Okay, an exchange of ideas and experience. You have the ability to get to the core of the matter, and probably also there are going to be secrets are going to be revealed. Okay, there's also strong ability of telepathic communication. Could be with a partner, could be with people you're having a conversation with, or even before you're having any conversation, you have that the telepathy experience. Now also with Jupiter trining the moon, Jupiter in Gemini forming a harmonious Jupiterian aspect with the moon in Aquarius. Both are air signs. This tells me that you have a very strong optimism, vision. You're very optimistic technically, okay, about the future. You have the ability to solve problems, and you are very trusting in the universe, in the divine. You have strong trust and belief in nature, in the divine, in God, in your inner voice. Okay, and this is also indicative of winning any legal battle. Moving forward to the 27th of March. And guys, I'm not gonna go like 24th, 25th day by day. I'm just gonna cover the major aspects of the week, because the energy is fluid, and it's going to continue with us for the entire week pretty much, because there isn't really there is a major conjunction here, as you see, for example, between Saturn, the North Node, Venus, Mercury, and Neptune and Mercury, because they're within very close proximity, within 2-3 degrees, even up to 5-6 degrees. It's still considered conjunction. Okay, and also these sextiles and trines I'm talking about, they're going to continue with us. So that's why I don't want to go day by day. So in this transit chart, you will see it's the transit on March 27, and I'm going to talk about Venus here, which is forming an exact conjunction with Neptune in Pisces. Okay, Neptune is at an erratic degree. I spoke about Neptune extensively before. So Venus is retrograde and is forming an exact conjunction with Neptune in Pisces at 29 degree and 53 minutes. Neptune is about to enter or ingress into Aries on the 30th of March. But let's talk about this energy, because this is kind of a dreamy illusion, to be perfectly honest, energy. It's also conjunct with the North Node, but just to focus on Venus and Neptune, because Neptune is literally the higher octave of Venus. Okay, and it's in the under the rulership. Obviously, Pisces is under the rulership of Neptune, but it's also emphasized by Venus, because Venus is in her exaltation house. Venus exalted in Pisces. And that's why on the 27th, the energy is very potent. This is the energy, as I said, of illusion, confusion. This is the energy of being dreamy, of fantasizing about something. It could be a relationship. It could be a situation. It could be a legal matter. It could be travel, whatever the thing that you're fantasizing about. It's not, you're idealizing something. It's not real. It's not touchable. Okay, Venus is retrograde. Okay, and Neptune is making it even more confusing. You are, however, feeling very passionate, compassionate, and there's a high sense of empathy and a sympathy to others. You're probably going to be offering a hand or some sort of support, emotional or financial support to somebody. Okay, or to a charity. You're giving charity, basically. That's what I feel here, because Venus is Venus is all about, also it's about money. So I see people are helping others financially. Okay, but just be careful, because Venus retrograde, not to exaggerate, not to over give. Be careful. Okay, it's good to give a charity. It's give donation, but don't overgive. This is just on a side note. Now, you are being also, as I said, very dreamy, sensitive to certain situations. You're probably even going to feel like, you're probably going to cry. Okay, I see some of you going to cry during this day due to sensitivity. Now also, you are quite frankly being prone to disappointment or disillusionment about something, because once again, the sense of fantasy, the sense of sensitivity, the sense of confusion is very high. So you're probably going to be disappointed, not the very same day, but the following days you feel like, oh my goodness, I was disappointed about something or somebody. Okay, I idealized somebody or something, but it's not true. It's illusion, technically. That's what I'm trying to say. So just make sure not to exaggerate, to be in control of your feelings, okay? To be in control of any situation you're going through, especially if it's related to a certain relationship or romantic relationship, or even any kind of relationship, to be perfectly honest. Okay. Also, on the 27th, and let me tell you guys, this energy is going to be with us even few days before the 27th, okay? Especially if you are, if you are a mutable sign, because it's happening in Pisces, okay? So mutable signs are very much affected by this energy, but also if you are Libra, okay? Because Venus is ruler of Libra and Taurus, actually. So if either if you are Libra, Taurus, or if you are Pisces or Virgo, be careful about this energy. Now, just the last thing to tell you that this aspect also activates sexuality and sex appeal. So be careful. As you see in the chart here, Uranus at 24 degree and 33 minutes is sextiling, Saturn. So you probably think there could be some sort of communication, serious communication between you and your partner. However, that partner is not necessarily on a romantic level. It could be, on a business level. There could be serious communication. There could be something coming out all of a sudden, revelation of something. But once again, don't fantasize and be realistic. Now, that's what Saturn is doing, and Uranus is bringing everything into reality, because Saturn is realistic. You could be, hit by reality, okay? Because that's what Uranus, even though it's a sextile, but there's some sort of reality or something realistic that's gonna come to surface, okay? So that's what I see for the energy of the 27th. Now, once again, this is going to start with us probably from today. I'm recording today's video on the 22nd, and it's going to, continue with us until we will have the solar eclipse in Aries. On the 29th of March, we will have a new moon solar eclipse in Aries, and it will be exact, like the moon gonna come in at the front or in the front of the sun, okay, at 6:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Now you have to adjust your time accordingly, but it'll be exactly at 9 degrees as you see in the chart, okay? So the moon going to hit the sun conjunct exactly at 9 degrees at 6:59 my time in Toronto, okay? The new moon solar eclipse, it's gonna start obviously earlier than that, but it'll hit this degree at 6:59 a.m. okay, which means the moon gonna be in front of the sun, blocking the light of the sun. It's gonna be think of it in this way, okay? The moon is going to be between the earth and the sun. So imagine this is the earth, okay? And this is the sun. The moon going to be in this position, okay? Blocking the light of the sun. That's what the solar eclipse is, okay? The moon blocks the light of the sun. And I'm going to talk about the new moon solar eclipse in Aries extensively in the second or the following segments, but I'm just going through all the transits from the 25th, as I mentioned earlier, up till the 8th of April. And I'll give you the general theme, but that's the new moon solar eclipse. It's going to be in Aries at 9 degree Aries, okay, on the 29th at 6:59 a.m. And the energy of this new moon solar eclipse, it's technically related to an initiation. It's to be encouraged and urged to start something new, a new era, okay, and close a chapter, because it's 9 degree. It's the final chance for us to close a chapter about something happened in the past and to let go and move on, because that's what Mars is. Mars is about taking action, initiation, moving on, not looking at the past. And as you notice, guys, here, this new moon solar eclipse is very close to the North Node. It's actually associated with the North Node in in Pisces, which means we have to move on and in our new path. Okay, remember that this energy, this is a culmination of an energy started back in April of 2023 when we've had the very first set of eclipses in Aries. And if you guys notice that since we've had that new moon solar eclipse in Aries, we've never, which started in April, we have never had any lunar eclipse in Aries. It's been all solar eclipse. Now, we did have a full moon in Aries in October when we've had a solar eclipse in Libra, but we did not have any lunar eclipse in Aries. Okay, since I'm talking about an eclipse, which is a very strong, potent. Okay, a lunar eclipse, which is stronger than a full moon. We've never had any since we started that solar eclipse in Aries back in April 2023, and this is going to be the last one and the last opportunity for us to start new. Okay, it's a culmination of energy. You've probably been trying since April of 2023 to initiate something in your life, depending on where is Aries placement in your own birth chart and what kind of aspect it makes with the planets in your own birth chart. You probably, once again, trying to start something and take the initiative and take action. And now is your last chance, okay? It's your last chance, because after this, we will have eclipses in the axis of, as I mentioned before, Pisces and Virgo, where the North Node and the South Node is. Now, on the same note, we will have a Mercury conjunction with Neptune, as you see in the chart, and you'll see in the next chart here. Just give me 1 second. So as you see in the chart here, and this is going to be in the PM hours of the same day, the 29th of March, okay, but it'll be like around 10 p.m. So in the PM hours, Mercury is retrograding to enter into Pisces and will form an exact conjunction at 29 minutes and 59, 29 degree and 59 minutes. Mercury will conjunct Neptune, okay, in the sign of it's actually an erratic degree. It's literally on the cusp, but it'll be technically 29 minutes and 29 degree and 59 minutes still in Pisces, but it's in a precipice because Neptune the following day Neptune is going to enter into Aries. Okay, so here Mercury is going retrograde and entering and meeting in the sky with Neptune. What does that mean? So Mercury conjunct Neptune, it's really a very strong religious factor or religious beliefs. You're being very idealistic, or you're having idealistic thinking. Remember that Mercury is Hermes in the Greek mythology, and Mercury is the messenger of God. Okay, so it's literally what you're thinking is coming through. Okay, it's your communication with the divine. It's your communication with God. So during this time, I suggest, and I know lots of astrologers, they will tell you, no, don't try to manifest anything or do any rituals or prayers during the new moon solar eclipse. Do it a couple of days after. I don't believe in that, guys. I'm recording this video on the 22nd of March, so I really suggest that you start your manifestation and prayers and rituals during this time. The whole entire week before the solar eclipse, start writing down what you wanted to achieve in your life, what are your values, what are you trying, how you're going to achieve your goals. And always, as I mentioned before, your affirmation starts with I am. Okay, I have. Don't say I want or I need. Say I am and I have. That's your affirmation. That's your prayers should be. Okay, you're affirming to the divine. You're confirming with God, with the nature, with the divine, with the universe, whatever you want to call it, whatever your belief system, that you have what you want to achieve. You have it already. Okay. and the universe will give you more. So this is literally, you're seeing, your vision is very strong. Okay, your manifestation is very potent. Once again, Mercury is the messenger of God. So what you're thinking, you're going to achieve. And God, the divine, is all about energy. Okay, you're communicating with God. That's what I have. That's who I am. Okay, and that's what I've achieved. Remember, guys, that's what I have achieved. That's what I have. Okay, don't say I want or I need. That's how your prayer is supposed to be, and that's how your rituals, even if you write it down, don't burn it and throw it away. No, even if you burn it, keep it or put it in water. Okay, because you're affirming what you want. You're affirming what you have. Okay, so this is a very strong spiritual awakening. You have a strong intuitive, you're very intuitive. Okay, your communication with your spirit guides, with God, once again, is very strong. There's the sense of mysticism, the sense of metaphysics, the sense of I am strong, I have what I want, and I am going to be able to achieve my goals. Now, once again, this exact conjunction, it's going to happen at the PM hours, but on the same day of the 29th of March, at the AM hours, we've had that solar eclipse in Aries. Now, what makes this energy is very strong and very potent, guys. You see here Uranus, okay, at 24 degrees and 40 minutes in the sign of Taurus, is forming a beautiful harmonious sextile with Saturn. And I mentioned that at the beginning of the video when I started with the 25th of March. But you see here, it's going to reach exact sextile at 24 degrees between Uranus and Saturn in Pisces. And this is all about being practical, being innovative. The urgent, we could be hearing something related to some invention, something related to aviation, related to, rocket ships or something along those lines. Okay, this is also related to robots, or just being practical, being able to achieve what you want. And you know what? Uranus in Taurus, this is also, quite frankly, tells me that on this day, and watch and mark my words, guys, the stock market is going to go up. Okay, and probably even the gold price is going to go up. And not only that, this is something going to happen all of a sudden. It's going to be positive. Okay, it could be also related to some legal matter. You're probably going to hear something related to a legal pursuit, or something you started a while ago. It could be also related to travel, some sort of revelation related to travel. Okay, because Saturn is in Pisces, related to immigration. But bottom line is, this is very realistic. This is related to development, to advancement, related to structure, related to engineering, related to invention, innovative pursuits, legal matter, related to practical skills. You could be even hearing back if you started, if you submitted your immigration documents, you're going to hear back, and it's going to be approved. Something very important is going to happen around this time. And once again, this is on the 29th, but you always take a couple of days before and after. On the 30th of March, and as you see in the chart here, Neptune is going to ingress into Aries at 0 degree. We have already felt the energy since Neptune, was at an erratic degree, and 0 degrees an erratic degree as well. And it's all about initiation, about planting the seed. This is technically Aries energy, or Aries degree. Okay, and Neptune into Aries, or it's going to reach that 0 degree in the AM hours at 8 a.m. This is technically you are fighting for your dream. You are fighting for, for your ideals, for what you've been, dreaming of for many years. It could be, whatever you're dreaming for, you're going to fight and you're going to take whatever it takes, or you're going to do whatever it takes to achieve your dream. Okay, or to achieve what you want, no matter what. Okay, and I'm going to leave it at that because I spoke extensively about Neptune into Aries. Neptune in Aries is totally different than Neptune in Pisces. Neptune in Aries is ruled or is under the rulership of Mars. Okay, this is really about initiation, about taking action, about achieving what you want. It's not only about dreaming of it. Okay, it's about you have to achieve it. You have to execute it. You have to execute your plan. Okay, you have to do it, and whatever it takes, you're gonna do it. Mars is all about. Mars is fearless. Mars is the warrior and the fighter. Mars is willing to do whatever Mars wants, no matter what. It's a fire energy. Now, around this time, and we're not talking about the 30th of March. We're probably going to see this even prior to that. We're going to see maybe fires somewhere, maybe wildfire. Okay, because Neptune rules winds. Okay, and Aries under the rulership of Mars is all about fire. So we will see wildfire. It's going to be with us for a while. Now remember, Neptune is very slow. It's going to be in Aries for the next 14 years. Neptune is going to go retrograde sometime in October or September. I can't remember exactly, but I spoke about it before. But around this time, Neptune is not going to go too much into Aries. It'll probably reach 3 degrees or so. It's going to affect mostly people who are first decan of Aries, or the Aries were born in March. Okay, after the 21st. Technically 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th of March, it's going to affect you more. This energy, I am going to do what I want. Okay, but be careful, guys. Be careful. If you are going to step on others in order to achieve your goals, it's going to backfire. I'm not going to lie to you about it. Okay, remember that Saturn is going to join, Neptune at the end of May. And in fact, even right now, Saturn is at 24 degrees, and it's technically very close to Neptune. It's considered conjunction with when it's within 5-6 degrees. So be careful. Saturn is the Lord of Karma. I'm not trying to scare you or anything. I'm gonna have another video speak about Saturn energy in Aries. I'm not gonna reveal what I'm gonna talk about now, but I am in the preparation of talking about Saturn extensively. So try the best that you can to act out of integrity, to be honest, to be authentic, and to be considerate to others. Don't step on others, because that's the energy of Mars, and that's the energy of Aries, is being selfish. I don't want to talk about it further. I'm going to talk about this in the next segment. But yeah, that's the energy of Neptune ingress into Aries, that I want to achieve what I want. I'm going to do whatever I want, no matter what. I don't care about the others. But you shouldn't have that mindset. Okay, so let's move on to the next segment. On April the 1st, and as you see in the chart here, Venus is still a retrograde, and she is going to form an exact conjunction with the North Node in Pisces. Venus exalted in Pisces, and obviously the North Node in Pisces, and Venus is still at 27 degrees, within 3 degrees away from Neptune. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, and Mercury also is very close to the North Node. So, but let's just focus on Venus. Okay, harmonious conjunction with the North Node. North Node is obviously the nodes of our destiny, is the node of our life path that we have to take in order to achieve our goals, okay? And we have to let go of the past, what was no longer serving us. So Venus here is all about I am beautiful, I am attractive, I wanted to be acknowledged, I wanted to be recognized, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to reach my goal, the North Node. Okay, that's technically what it is. You know, as I said, Venus is exalted in Pisces. This can manifest in a sense of once again, the stock market is going to be, going up. The gold price is going to go up. There's also the sense of, sexuality, the sense of beauty, attraction. Being joyful, being pleasant, being happy. Venus is very happy in the sign of Pisces. And you know what, guys? If you are a water sign, whether you are Cancer or Scorpio, this is obviously going to trine with you. You're probably going to feel that you're attracting people to you. Whatever this, obviously, for Cancer, for example, this is your 9th house. For Scorpio, this is your 5th house. So you probably, your 5th house. This is probably you're going to get into a new relationship, or you're going to be in a relationship with somebody in foreign lands. In any case, you are very attractive, okay? You're happy, you're pleasant, you feel like the eyes are on you. You feel like you are going to be recognized, acknowledged. Venus is going to go forward on April the 12th. So be prepared for that, especially once again, water signs, including Pisces. Obviously, it's not only Scorpio and Cancer. It's also first, actually, Pisces. You probably achieve something around this time, increase in income. Obviously, I'm going to talk further about each of the zodiac signs, but this is just the theme. This is the energy we all going to have. We all going to feel this energy. Also, mutable signs, whether you are a Gemini, Sagittarius, or Virgo, you're going to feel the energy strong as well. Now also, what else I want to talk about? As I said here, there is going to be a harmonious communication, because as you see here, even though Mercury is retrograde, but there is going to be a harmonious conversation. There could be agreement or signing documents around this time. As you see, Saturn is very close to Venus and the North Node as well. Okay, and you see, and as I mentioned earlier, from the beginning of the week, guys, for the first 2 weeks before the full moon, because we will have full moon in Libra on April the 12th. I'll speak about it further, but this, for the purpose of this video, because as I said, I'm covering up till the 8th of April. The first week of April is going to be beautiful, beautiful. As you see here, there is a mini trine, okay? It's a sextile technically, but as you see, Saturn is trining with Mars, okay? Which means keep going, Mars. I'm supporting you, okay? Just pay attention, persevere in your whatever your goal, or in your path to your goal, okay? But Saturn is giving the encouragement, is urging Mars to keep going, to achieve Mars' goals, okay? And both are in water sign, Pisces and Cancer, and also Venus here, sextiling with, Uranus, as you see in the chart here. Venus, the North Node, and Mercury all forming a sextile with Uranus, and the Moon as well, okay? And Uranus is sextiling with Mars. So actually, the beauty about here also is that the moon is entering into Taurus. The moon is exalted in Taurus, okay? So the moon is very happy here. Okay, the vision is very clear. Once again, I see around this time that the stock market, any investment, but specifically the stock market is going to boom. Okay, so if you are into trade, if you're not holding your stocks, you're trading your stocks, then it would be a great idea to sell some of your stocks. It's totally up to you. I'm not giving you a financial, advice. I'm type of person. I'm an investor who holds my, shares. I don't sell. I hold them because I believe in the long run. But it's a good time. I see the gold price is going to go up. I see something very beautiful is going to happen. It's Uranus. It's all under the rulership of Uranus. As you see here, Venus also sextiling Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus, okay, and partially and co-ruled by Saturn as well. You guys, I don't know how else I can say it. It's very harmonious. On all levels, Pluto sextiling, the North Node and sextiling Neptune. Okay, so there's going to be support. There's a sense of invention, innovation. Something is going to related to, innovations and technology and, social media. Astrology as well. There are going to be lots of people in the next 20 years going to use astrology as their career. Okay, depending on what's Aquarius is in your natal chart, but I see also spiritual awakening, spiritual ascension. Once again, there's something beautiful is going to happen around this time, depending on what kind of aspect that's doing to your, birth chart, the planets or the placement of the planets in your birth chart. If you are, a water sign, really it's going to be very harmonious, especially if you are Cancer. Now Taurus is in a position to Scorpio, but still it's going to form a harmonious aspect with, as I said here, with Venus and Saturn. So that's your 7th house. So there could be new start in your 7th house, anything related to your 7th house, partnership technically. Okay, for Cancer, this is your 11th house. This tells me, there's something start in either the groups you belong to, your social media, or how people see you on social media. Okay, but also I see new groups forming around this time. You're probably going to join new groups. This is also related to your wish fulfillment. That's what the 11th house, and it's coming after your 10th house. So there could be a promotion, or you're elevated in your status. Once again, I'm going to talk about each of the zodiac sign. This is the aspect of April the 1st, but it's going to be with us for the first week of April. This is the transit chart of April the 4th, and as you see in the chart here, which I'm going to focus on, is Mr. Mars. Mars is forming a beautiful, harmonious, exact sextile with Uranus at 24 degrees and 56 minutes. And Mars and Uranus, look, the most dangerous aspect is when Mars when Mars squares Uranus. Okay, this is very dangerous aspect. Not this aspect when it's in a square, but here it's in a sextile. Okay, and I'm not going to talk about the square. I don't want to scare you, because we don't have a square here. We have a sextile. Taurus and Cancer sextile one another, and here Mars is forming once again a Venusian aspect. Okay, so it's under the rulership of Venus, which is actually now is in Pisces, and actually Venus is also trining Mars. Okay, if you see here, Venus at 25 degrees, she's actually trining Mars. Okay, so this Venusian aspect, the sextile, is under the rulership of Venus. Venus is forming a beautiful conjunction, as you see here, with Saturn in Pisces, and that's what I'm covering for the 4th of April, because Mars is not only sextiling with Uranus, is also forming a beautiful trine with both Venus and Saturn in Pisces. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, Neptune and the North Node are in harmonious aspect with Pluto. This is a very beautiful day. We're not talking about the 4th only. It's going to continue with us until the 6th, and I believe until the 6th and the 8th, but let's just focus on the 4th Okay, now once again, and because I have already mentioned, guys, the first week of April is very, very beautiful. It's very harmonious. There are so many of you gonna achieve something in your lives, especially water signs, and also Taurus, and I would say Scorpio. Well, it's a water sign. Also Virgo, because everything is harmonious in your seventh chart, but it's causing opposition for you, Virgo. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's your opposite sign. There could be a little bit of opposition, but there's something brewing in your seventh house. Okay, so but now once again, let me go back to this aspect and the general theme and how it's going to affect us on the mundane and collectively. Okay, this is going to bring opportunities. You're going to have to take charge, and that's what Mars is. Take a charge of this. You go after yes, they're gonna fall in your lap, but Mars here, okay, is you have to be responsible, is you have to chase this opportunity, follow up, okay, send email, text message, call. So there, you have to take the initiative. You have to chase those opportunities because they're out there. They're waiting for you to find them. Now, listen, they're going to fall in your lap, but if you are sleeping, you're not doing anything, which I don't feel that, because Mars in Cancer is you are going to take the initiative. You are going to chase those opportunities. Now, I see, once again, it's related to innovation, stock market, trade, gold, crypto, banking, engineering, construction. It's also related to athletes. Okay, and building muscles and success in the athletic sector of your life. If you are, if you're an athlete, basically, I see winning, I see rewards. Okay, this is also related to political activism and movement. This is success. Okay. Saturn is going to reward you as long as you are being courageous, you're being brave, you're persevering, no matter what the challenge is. Okay, I see Saturn here is rewarding you. Okay, even if your boss is being challenging you or asking you a question or giving you lots of responsibilities and tasks and stuff like that, as long as you're being patient, and because this is harmonious aspect between Saturn and Mars. Okay, this tells me that you are going to be rewarded for your perseverance, for your being act out of the dignity of being of being responsible, and take the responsibility of whatever tasks you or role you are, whatever the role is, whether it's related to your work or whatever. Okay, this is something is going to be something happens all of a sudden. Okay, but it's going to be very positive. Remember, Uranus is all about the divine intervention into our life to achieve something or to let go of something. Okay, but in this case, it's a positive thing. Okay. Also, as I mentioned, the trine between Mars and Saturn. This is being a hardworking person, achieving your goals, being stable, or you wanted to achieve stability and security in your life. You are going to be able to overcome any obstacles easily, because once again, this is a trine and this is a Venusian aspect. This is a trine between Mars and Venus as well. And you know what, when Venus and Mars in this Jupiterian aspect, because remember the trine is under the rulership of Jupiter, and as you see in the chart here, Jupiter in Gemini is forming a beautiful sextile with the Sun in Aries. Okay, that's a sextile between the Sun. The Sun is at 15 degree and Jupiter at 16 degree. This is two leaders, okay, because the Sun is a representation of the leader, of the president, of the father, and Jupiter is the same thing. Jupiter is the leader, is the god of all gods, okay. But quite frankly, this is, I don't know how else I can say other than being than a harmonious aspect. This is also a relationship that's going to reach its peak. Mars is the representation of the masculine energy, and Venus is the representation of feminine energy. So we will see a harmonious aspect between masculine and feminine figures in our lives. Okay, on a personal level, you probably are going to have a beautiful relationship. You're going to be very attracted to a person of opposite gender in your life. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to lie to you. These are opposite genders, dear. These are not. There is no way that's going to be between the same gender or same energy. This is masculine and feminine energy. So whether you are a Cancer or Pisces or vice versa, it doesn't matter. It's a feminine and masculine energy. There is a harmonious, there is a strong magnetic chemistry or physical attraction between two opposite sexes. Okay, it could be sexual also. This is also when we see, and I mentioned that before, Mars and Saturn energy. This is all about also engineering, structure, building. So for some of you, you're probably building. I apologize, guys. I'm gonna pause here for a second. Okay, so as I mentioned before in previous videos, when you see a trine between Mars and Saturn, for some of you, although I don't suggest to do it at this time, but there is the energy of buying a new property, okay, because that's what Mars is. And as I mentioned before, the North Node in Aries, the real estate, we're going to see a real estate crash. Okay, so if you're a buyer, it's a good time to buy, but I would suggest to wait until the second half of April, when Venus goes direct and Mercury goes direct. Around this time, you're probably exploring real estate. For some of you, you're doing renovation. You're probably building an extension in your house, or you're doing some repairs and renovation in your house to sell it, or to increase the value of your house. Okay. I see repairs. I see, it could be also related to engineering field, networking, because that's what both Mars and Saturn rule. What else? I'm trying to think of building, engineering, new structure. It could be new structure in the government. Okay. Something new is brewing here related to reforming or restructuring something. Okay. This is actually very beautiful aspect. There is probably also restructuring in the military, because Mars and Saturn also related to military, related to the army, related to the legal system. There could be a restructuring of the judicial system or the legal system. Okay. That's the energy I see. And look, guys, I don't care, what your political views are, but you have to understand we are entering a new era. Okay, I don't care. You tell me, I'm not a fan of Trump. All this BS, I don't care. I don't want to even hear it. I'm a pro-Trump. Okay, and I see Trump is leading us, the humanity in general, to a new era. Okay. And there's nobody better than him to lead us. He's into this mission, okay, and he's going to be successful. I've heard lots of those what they call themselves spiritual elites. They're making false predictions, and who they call themselves astrologers, and they're making false just in an effort to brainwash you, to manipulate the people, okay, take advantage of you financially. But I'm telling you, we're entering a new era. Everything, all this crumbling, okay. Everything is going to be dismantled and restructured, reformed. So you know what? You need to be adaptable. You need to be flexible. You need to be open to this new reality, okay, whether you like it or not. And guys, I listen to a lot of people and I just laugh. I just laugh about how they look. I started it from the beginning of my video, and I said very clear, in order for us okay, to manifest, to achieve our goals in this new reality, we have to have the right mindset. We have to have the right values. We have to have a set of higher knowings. If you're gonna be attached and clinging on the previous mindset and being controlling, the Capricornian age, being controlling, being dominant. No, I want this. This is limit. Okay. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn and is all about restrictions and limits and control, old mentality, old mindset. This is ending. This is crumbling. Okay. So be prepared to enter this new era. Okay. The era of being, because look, guys, Aries and Aquarius have very similar traits. Praise your individuality, praise your uniqueness, embrace it. Okay. Being different, being authentic, being who you really are. This is what this new era is all about. Okay. And fight for your dream, fight for what you believe in. As long as you don't step on others, fight with dignity. Okay. That's what the new era is all about. On the 6th of April, I am focusing on Miss Venus. Okay. Venus is still retrograde in Pisces. Venus is going to go forward on April the 12th. And on that day, we will have a full moon in Libra. Okay. I'll talk about it, in another video. But anyways, on the 6th here, Venus is forming a conjunction with Saturn in the sign of Pisces at 25 degree and few minutes. And this is very beautiful. I spoke about it in the previous segment because Venus and Saturn conjunction is, as you see in the chart here, are still trining with Mars in Cancer, 25 degree exact. Okay, on this day, on the 6th, and I spoke about it on the 4th. It's actually starting with us even prior to that, but this is exact. Okay, on the 6th, as you see, technically the 5th, the 6th, it'll be exact trine with Saturn, and it'll be sextiling Uranus, also at 25 degree. And that's the 6th is very beautiful. Aspect really. This is technically speaks volume about commitment, signing agreements, love making. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I see it happening on this day. Okay. Even if you, for some of you, you probably reigniting an old flame or an old relationship. But anyways, I see a harmonious relationship between. Look, Saturn is a representation of a male figure. Okay, and Mars is a representation of a male figure, and Venus is the only female here, or feminine energy. Okay, so this is, even if it's not about love confession, love making, it's going to be all about commitment, serious conversation, chemistry, very potent and strong physical attraction. This is also a flirtatious encounter. This is a return on investment, ROI, obviously a return on investment. As I said, this is also a successful investment. You'll see if it's related to stock market. Remember, Uranus is still here in the 11th in Taurus, not 11th house, because I'm thinking about Cancer, right? Okay, this is technically, if you're joining new groups or either even on social media, this is very flirtatious encounter, as I said. Okay, or maybe somebody in the group that you're joining or is going to be confessing their feelings towards you. It's forming a sextile not only with Cancer, I mean the Uranus, it's also forming sextile with obviously Venus and Saturn. This is signing agreement, this is wish fulfillment. I mean, I don't know how else I can say it. And as I mentioned earlier, the very first 2 weeks of April, they're There's very beautiful harmonious aspects happening before the full moon in Libra, okay? And we are still in the energy of the new manifestation of the solar eclipse in Aries, okay? So take advantage of that. Don't let it slip or pass you by, okay? Don't just sit at your home and do nothing. You have to do something. The first 2 weeks of April, you really, really need to do something. And look, guys, as I said earlier, I'm unlike other astrologers who they tell you, oh, don't do anything, don't start your affirmation or whatever your rituals or prayers or whatever before the eclipse. No, start now, okay? Start now. Start your manifestation now. Write it down on a piece of paper. Speak about it. Don't think in a negative way. Think about positive things, okay? Think about that you're achieving something and you are reaching your goals and you are going to take the initiative. You are going to take the action to do what you want to do and to achieve what you wanted to achieve, okay? And also on the 8th, as you see in the chart here, this is the chart of the 8th. Just give me 1 second. Let me just wipe out all these scribbles here because I want to make sure that I can, show you the exact transits that I'm talking about. Okay, it's technically related to Mars in the chart here. Just give me 1 second, guys. It's actually a continuation of what I've mentioned earlier, because Mars in Cancer here at 26 degrees, still forming a beautiful trine with Venus and Saturn, but also Mars here is forming, you see, Mars 26 degree and 19 minutes is more harmonious with the North Node. Okay, so 27, 21 degree, and Mercury as well, 26 and 54. So this is the trine, okay? Now Mars still sextiling with Uranus, and Mars, sextile with Uranus, Uranus sextile with, Saturn and Venus. Okay, and Uranus, what a beautiful, trining the South Node as well. And we see here the moon in Virgo is forming a beautiful sextile with Lilith. And Pluto is trining the South Node. What a beautiful harmonious aspect everywhere, okay? Everywhere, it's very beautiful. This is obviously the opposition between the South Node and the North Node and Saturn, but that's okay, because we all understand that we need to let go of something karmic, something related to whether a karmic situation, karmic partnership, in order for us to move forward. And that's what what Mars is telling us to do, okay? The Mars North Node trine, is very important at this time, okay? It's being persistent, being determined. You have the stamina to achieve your goals and, to fight for what you wanted to achieve, okay? Being very passionate about what you're doing. This is the most important. This is the energy we all gonna feel it. But you know what, guys? If you are Cancer or Aries, obviously, or Scorpio, you're gonna feel it the most, because Mars is in Cancer, okay? Under the rulership of the moon. And Mars is the ruler of Aries, where we've had the solar eclipse in Aries, and also the ruler of Mars, also the co-ruler of Scorpio, which is ruled by, Pluto. Okay, so technically, and also as we see here, Venus, the ruler of Aries, okay, of Libra. So these are the signs that I see that they are going to be feeling this energy the most, besides Pisces as well, because all this energy, the North Node, Mercury, Venus, which is exalted in Pisces, and Saturn, they're all in Pisces. Okay, so the signs I see that are very much affected by this energy is technically Aries, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, Taurus, Gemini, technically everybody, okay? But these are, as I mentioned, the signs that gonna feel the most. Now, in the next segment of the video, I'm gonna talk extensively about the solar eclipse the solar eclipse in Aries, and also other energies, I see that's going to affect us. As you see in the chart here, I'm going back to March 29th of this year at 6:59 a.m. We will have a new moon solar eclipse in Aries. And once again, it's 6:59 Eastern Standard Time, my time in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Now you have to adjust it accordingly to wherever you are in the northern or southern hemisphere. And before I speak about this new moon solar eclipse, let me take you back. And before I speak further about this new moon solar eclipse that's gonna be perfected on the 29th at 6:59 a.m. Toronto Eastern Standard Time, let me take you back to April, and that's when we actually have had the very first set of eclipses in the axis of Aries Libra. And that's even before we've had the nodes shifted into Aries. The north node was still in Taurus, as you see in the chart here. And the south node was still in Scorpio. Okay, and it's going to retrograde to enter into Aries and Libra. But before that, we have had a new moon solar eclipse in Aries, as you see, at 29 and 52 minutes. In the sign of Aries. That was the first new moon solar eclipse. It was on April 20th of 2023, and that's when the journey of Aries started. Okay, whatever Aries placement in your birth chart, it could be your first house, it could be your 10th house, it could be your 7th house, whatever the placement of Aries, that's when you started something, new initiative, new action in that placement or in that house of your chart. Okay, so what does that mean? And you know what, guys, before I speak extensively about the solar eclipse, it's called a solar eclipse. Okay, it's related to the sun. So the sun is being eclipsed by the moon. Okay, the sun is being eclipsed by the moon. The moon is in conjunction with the sun. The moon position here is between the earth and the sun. So think about it in the sense that this is the earth, as you see here. Okay, the moon is coming in front of the sun. Okay, so blocking out the sun. Now, when I talk about something like this, you have to take into consideration a couple of things. First of all, anything related to the moon and the sun is something fated. Okay, it's something destined. It's your destiny. It's your fate. Something happen around this time. It's related to destiny. It's something out of your control. It's something unpredictable. It's the divine put you in a situation where you're gonna be faced with your destiny. Okay, it's a contract. It's a soul contract we signed before we come into the planet Earth. Now, the other thing I want you to take into consideration, and I don't care which astrologer you're talking to, I don't care what others they say, and that's what I am telling you. Okay, the sun is related to our soul purpose. The sun is who you really are. Is your authentic self. Okay, the sun. The reason I'm telling you this. Okay, let me continue. What's the sun? The sun is your soul purpose, is who you really are at the core, your authentic self. Okay, what does it mean, your soul purpose? It's why you are on planet Earth. Okay, what does that mean? It means that you really need to look at your sun sign. Okay, I don't care about your rising sign. I don't care about your ascendant. There are millions of people, they don't know the exact birth time when they were born. Okay, I'm not underestimating your rising sign. No, but I am emphasizing the importance of your sun and your moon. Okay, because your sun and your moon is related to fate, destiny, your soul purpose, the soul contract you signed. So what you need to know is your sun sign and your moon sign. These are the two major things that you need to look at when we talk about eclipses, or we talk about anything for that matter, really. Okay? Your moon and your sun are the most important thing. Okay? Your moon is related to your feelings, your emotions, how you feel about something, how what do you think about it? And your sun is your sole purpose, is why you are here on a planet Earth. Okay? So, I'm gonna say it again for last time. I don't care about your rising sign. I don't care about, when I say your sun sign, you need to know, okay, the day you were born and the placement where you were born. That's going to determine your sun sign and your moon signs. Okay? So that's the most important thing I want you to focus on, because that's what your destiny is. That's what you are destined to do. Even the North Node, and even though like the nodes of destiny, you wouldn't be knowing the nodes of destiny unless you know the time of your birth, but it doesn't matter, okay? It's still once you know your sun sign and your moon sign, you would have an idea of what your sole purpose is, okay? Why you are here on planet Earth. Okay, so for example, let's say, and it's going to be related to you more. So let's say you are Aries. You were born, your sun sign is an Aries. I don't care if your rising is a Gemini, or you're rising in Sagittarius, or you're rising in, in Libra. What I care about is your sun sign. That's going to be more relevant to you. That's going to be related to you more. Let's say you're Aries, but your rising is Pisces or Taurus. It's still going to be more resonating with you, more resonating to your sun sign is, to your Aries sign, okay? Your sun, where your sun is, okay? That's what I am emphasizing here. Once again, I have no freaking, I don't give no damn shits about what other astrologers, there are so many lies out there, there are so many misconceptions. Astrology been going on for years and years, and people, they just copy and paste, okay? If you are a real astrologer, even in Vedic astrology, okay, which go thousands of years back, it's focusing on the sun and the moon, not your rising, okay? But regardless, you need to know your sun and your moon. That's your destiny. That's what's being more relevant and resonating to you. Your sun sign. It's a solar eclipse. It's all about the sun and the moon. Okay? So if you know what your moon is, if you know what your sun is, that's how you're going to know your sole purpose. Why you are on planet Earth. What kind of contract you signed. Okay? And you know what, guys? Your rising sign is all about how people see you. It's not who you really are. It's how the people envision you, how the people see you. It's how they perceive you. It's not who you really are. Okay? This is the last thing I talk about. It's up to you to believe whoever astrologer. Okay? But it's very important to know your sun and moon. Now, let's go back to this new moon solar eclipse. So we have started something back in April of 2023, okay? Something related to the placement of Aries in your, or how would the placement of Aries, in which house, how it is related to this transit of the new moon solar eclipse in April of 2023. Now, on March 29th, we will have the last solar eclipse in Aries. Okay? We're not going to have this for the next, I would say, 18 years. And that's when we're going to have another set of, North Node and South Node in the axis of Aries and Libra. Okay? So this is the last one, and it's going to be at 9 degrees. I spoke a lot before about 9 degrees and the significance of 9 degrees in our lives. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about in this segment is, what does 9 degrees mean? And it's funny, guys, while I'm recording, it's literally about 9 minutes into this video. So 9 degree is very emphasized here, which is technically related to the new moon solar eclipse. Now, 9 degree in spirituality signifies that it's a conclusion of one phase and paving the way for the initiation of the next one. Okay, 9 degree, and I mentioned that before, it's the highest single digit number. If you actually add from 1 to 8, okay, and if you add all these numbers, and I'm probably going to put it on the screen here, it's going to equal number 9. It's a mysterious number. 9 is technically a cardinal number in numerology. It indicates a journey marked by learning and growth. 9 is obviously related to Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is number 9 in the zodiacal wheel, but also it's related. So 9, going back to what I was saying, 9 degree is related to Sagittarius, but because Sagittarius is number 9 in the zodiacal wheel, but also it's related to planet Mars. Okay, Mars is the ruler of number 9 in numerology, in astrology. It indicates a journey marked by learning and growth. We know Sagittarius is all about higher knowing. It's ruled by obviously Jupiter. It's about travel, higher education, higher knowing. It's about growth. It's related also to legal matter. Now, in numerology, number 9, or the life path of number 9, it stands for, or it reveals, a personality characterized by compassion, patience, generosity, understanding, and creativity. Creativity in teaching, creativity in all aspects of life. It's also related to government, justice. Okay, it's also ruled by the planet Mars, as I said earlier, and that embodies the qualities of being ambitious, being passionate about what you're doing, being assertive, determined. It governs the signs also of Aries and Scorpio. Okay, because Mars is the ruler of Aries and Mars is the co-ruler of Scorpio. What does it mean to have a number 9 in your life path, or 9 as your life path? It literally means to let go. Okay, it's the finalization or the culmination of what you've started back sometime in your life. It's reaching that culmination period. It's reaching the conclusion. It's reaching the peak of anything. So it's letting go of something. Okay, so in this instance, we've started something in April of 2023. Okay, when we've had this new moon solar eclipse at 29 degree, and now it's your last chance. Okay, it's your final opportunity to achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life. Whatever this Aries placement in your natal chart. So let's say you are Libra. Okay, so Aries is your 7th house, the house that governs your relationship with others, your partnership, whatever that partnership, whether it's positive or negative, including your known enemies. Okay, so you reach the culmination, you reach the peak. This is your last chance, okay, to initiate something, to take action related to your 7th house. I'm just giving you an example. Okay, if this is your first house, Aries, this is the house of the self, of your identity, of who you really are. Okay, and once again, I'm going to talk about each of the zodiac signs, but let's go back to number 9. Okay, so you are letting go of something that wasn't serving you. You tried multiple times throughout the last 2 years since April of 2023, and this is your last chance to be authentic. Okay, to be who you really are in reaching your goal. This is your last chance. It's number 9, solar eclipse in Aries at number 9. At 9 degree. And you guys, if you go back to my previous videos, Okay, back in November of 2024, and I spoke about it in the new moon that was in Scorpio on November the 1st. Okay, and the new moon we've had in Sagittarius on in December, and I mentioned clearly, and I'm gonna link it, hopefully if I don't forget, to this video, that we are going to have a set of new moons starting from Scorpio. It is going to be at 9 degrees. I remember we've had on November 1st of 2024 a new moon in Scorpio at 9 degrees and 34 minutes, and then every new moon came after. New moon in Sagittarius, new moon in Capricorn, new moon in Pisces, and now new moon in Aquarius as well, and then new moon in Pisces, and now we have a new moon in Aries, and this is the last one. It's going to be at 9 degrees. All these new moons from new moon in Scorpio until now, it's all at 9 degrees, and we are in the year that adds up to number 9. The year of 2025, it's the year number 9. Okay, so number 9 is emphasized. This is your final conclusion. This is your last chance, okay, to do something, because we are entering into a new era. It's going to be completely different, okay, either on the mundane, on the collective, or on the personal level, okay? It's going to be completely different than the ones before. You need to embrace who you really are, your individuality, okay, your authenticity. And I mentioned that on many videos. Please go back and watch my previous videos, okay? So what's the number 9 again? The number 9 pertaining to generosity, emotion, compassion, passion, awareness, interpretation of diversity, and strength. Number 9 is technically contains a bit of all other numbers, okay? Number 9 is the highest digit in the single digits. So if you go number 1 plus number 2 plus number, and so on and so forth, plus number 4, 5, 6, 7, I might gonna put it on the screen here, I don't know, depending on my time, it's gonna add up to number 36. And if you are reducing number 36, means you add 3 plus 6, it's gonna give you number 9, okay? Now also, if you add 9 to 9, it gives you 18, and if you reduce 18, it gives you number 9 as well. So 1 plus 8, it gives you number 9. If you multiply 9 by 9, it gives you 81, and if you reduce 81 to a single digit, 8 plus 1, it gives you number 9, and so on and so forth. So number 9 is literally a very mysterious number, okay? Once again, if you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 8, okay, it gives you number 36. And to reduce number 36, add 3 plus 6, it gives you 9. It's the number of achievement. It's a number of taking charge. It's a very, very significant number. Ultimately, number 9 is you are learning how to let go, okay? Now, even though the idea or the concept of letting go, of closing an old chapter is very painful, the process is very painful, but you have to understand it is very necessary to let go in order to embrace the newness, okay? So let go of whatever that's no longer serving you in order to embrace the newness. Remember, earlier this month, we've had a full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. Sorry, this is Scorpio. I apologize, guys. I'm talking about Virgo, not Scorpio. We've had a full moon. We've had a full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. So we are letting go of something that's not serving us. It is painful because they go in tandem. You let go of what no longer serves you in order to open a new door for the newness, for the something new. And once again, it could be very painful. Remember, the moon is coming in front of the sun. It's blocking out the sun. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and I spoke about it. The lunar eclipse could indicate it is death. Okay, it's unpredictable. Okay, and it's because it's a lunar eclipse, so the sun is in opposition to the moon. Okay, so the earth is coming between the moon and the sun. So the moon was eclipsed, and the moon is significant, or it is indication of the feminine energy in our lives. It is the mother. Okay, so for some, you might have experienced a death of a feminine figure in your life, a prominent feminine figure in your life. Okay, now the sun, the solar eclipse is indication of the father or the leader, and it's a new moon solar eclipse. The moon is going to come in between the earth, as I said, and the sun. For some, and I'm not going to lie to you, there could be a death of a masculine figure in your life. Okay, it could be a death of a father, or there could be a death of a leader, or the eclipse of the leader. Okay, the moon is eclipsing the sun. It's going to be eclipsed out, so it's something unpredictable. Okay, you wouldn't know. It's going to happen all of a sudden. It's the energy of the divine intervention in our life. We are going to be faced with whatever it's fated, whatever it's destined. Okay, so now once again, we need to let go of that thing. It's going to be, or the process of letting go, it's going to be painful, but we still have to let go and embrace the new in our lives. Now, you cannot let go of anything, situation, relationship, circumstance in your life until you fully understand and resolve that matter in question, that matter that's related to number 9, which means the placement of Aries in your natal chart. Okay, in order to start anew, you have to let go of whatever no longer serving you. Okay, it could be related to an Aries placement in your chart. It could be related, now once again, it depends on, I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, and you probably heard me saying that multiple times. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am not going to sugarcoat this predictions. Okay, I am gonna say it the way it is. It depends on what's this solar eclipse aspect is doing with a planet in your chart. So if it is a square or opposition always is a trigger. Okay, so let's say you're Libra, this is opposing you, and it's going to affect you if you are born between 2 degree, okay, I would say 4-5 degree of Libra up till the 14-15 degree of Libra. It's going to be opposing you, so you are triggered, you are pushed to take action of anything related to your 7th house. This is just an example. If you are Cancer or Capricorn within 4 degree up till 14 degree of Cancer or Capricorn, it's gonna form a square. Okay, it's going to form a square, so a challenge. Okay, we're talking about the sun and the moon. If let's say the solar eclipse is forming a square with a planet in your natal chart, Capricorn, Cancer, cardinal sign, then once again, this is challenging position. Okay, it's challenging in a sense that there is going to be obstacle, there is going to be argument. Okay, but this is important, this is necessary in order to embrace the new. It doesn't mean that there isn't something new happening, in your chart. Okay, that something new is imminent, it's going to happen, it's inevitable. Okay, but you still going to be faced with a challenge, with an obstacle, with something painful. Now, if you are obviously, an air sign, Aquarius or Gemini, this is going to sextile with you. And if you are Leo or Sagittarius, this is going to form a trine. So this is going to be harmonious to you, as long as it is between 4 up to 15 degrees. The being is whether it is challenging, and let's take into account whether if it is challenging and if it's an obstacle. The question that you are going to ask yourself, how it is possible for me to be the loving and the generous person you are, when you may have to hurt yourself or others in your life in the process of letting go? That's the question that you're going to ask yourself. Because remember, we have Neptune here is going to ingress just a few hours after this new moon solar eclipse, and actually even before. The feeling of disappointment, the feeling of that you're questioning yourself. The life of a number 9 is never simple. It's not simple, because once again, it involves letting go. You would feel that the people you think you may hurt actually need to be released so that their lives can unfold in a way that's natural for them. They need to deal and handle their own karma without your presence in their lives. So once again, the process is very painful, but you have to embrace it. Even though parting ways is gonna cause sorrow and is frightening at times or for certain occasions, only to find in a retrospective it was the best thing for all concerned in the process. I want you to go back and listen to what I've said once again. It is painful. The process is painful. It's going to be frightening. It's going to cause probably sadness and sorrow, but it's necessary. That's what the number 9 means. It's going to cause heartache. Okay? It's going to cause pain. Like, how else I can say it? Heartache. It's painful. You're going to probably cry. But whatever is ending, whatever you're letting go for or of, it's going to open something new, a new chapter in your life. Let's dive deep into the new moon solar eclipse. I have explained extensively the meaning, the spiritual, the astrological, and the meaning of life path number 9. Okay, and it's all related to this new moon solar eclipse in Aries. Once again, at 6:59 a.m. on the 29th of March, at 9 degrees, we will have this new moon solar eclipse. You've heard me. How many times number 9 is repeated? And while I'm recording this, it's 3:33 p.m. on the 23rd of the month number 3. Okay? As I'm recording this, it's 3:33 p.m. So you really need to look at number 3 and number 9 in your life. What does that indicative of? What does that meaning? The meaning of number 9, I've explained number 9, but you need to look at number 3 as well. This is the second part of the video. I'm recording it once again on March 23rd. 7 days, or actually 6 days before the 29th of March. So, now, if you were born during the day when the sun was still rising, this is going to affect you the most. Okay? And it's going to affect you also the most because it's a solar eclipse, it's related to the sun. And as I said, please go back to the beginning of the segments when I said it is related and resonates more with your sun sign and your moon signs. Now, if you were born between 4 degrees of Aries or any angular sign, means cardinal sign, Capricorn or Cancer, between 4 and 14 or 15, it's going to form a square. Okay, so you're going to look at your sun and your moon or any planet in these signs. Okay, it's going to affect you more. Besides, if you were born during the day. Okay, now if you were born after or during when the sun sets, okay, in the evening, it's going to affect your moon more than your sun or your moon sign. This is just an additional note that you need to understand. And I mentioned that, and I'm going to say it again. If you are a fire sign, it's going to trine with you. If you are a fire sign, it's going to trine with you. Leo, Sagittarius, it's a trine. If you are a Libra, it's going to be in opposition with you. If you have a sun between 4 to 14 or 15 degrees of Capricorn or Cancer, it's going to be challenging, it's going to be painful, it's going to cause obstacle, it's because it's causing a square. If you have moon moon, the moon in Capricorn or Cancer, it's also going to affect you. Okay, and a square is going to be a square. As I said in the significance of number 9, you are ending a chapter in your life. You are closing out a cycle, karma that started back in, as I mentioned, April of 2023. This is the end of it. It's ending. You are leaving behind what no longer serving you. You are going straight ahead in your journey. Mars is taking action towards your journey. The sun and the moon here is under the rulership of Mars. So you're going ahead in your journey. Look at the moon and the sun. They're not far away from the North Node. So you are heading towards your journey. Whatever was obstacle in your life before, you're letting go of. Even if it was painful. Remember again, it's fated. It's destined journey. Meaning, whatever you start now, there is no return back. It's your destiny. You can't reverse it. You can't undo it. Until you reach your destiny. And until we have the culmination of this energy in the next full moon in the same sign, in Aries, which is going to be in October the 6th. We will have a full moon in Aries. Aries is a representation of who you really are, your authenticity, your individuality, your uniqueness. You need to embrace it. You need to express it with integrity. Okay? With integrity. If you're gonna try to step on the people or whoever involved in this journey in order for you to reach your goal, to reach your destiny, you might gonna be shocked with what Saturn gonna do. At the end of May, Saturn's going to enter Aries. But still, even before that, Saturn is in the 12th house here for Aries. Okay? Anything you initiate here is being monitored by Saturn. Let me remind you of this. And you take it the way you like. The Lord of Karma here is telling you, you need to act out of integrity or with integrity. You need to persevere in this journey. You need to take responsibility of whatever you're doing. You can't just say, if you win in this journey, it's all because of my own efforts. And if you lose, you're going to blame it on others. That's the energy of Aries, and I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. That's what it is. The energy of Aries, if I win, it's all my efforts. I have done this. It's my hard work. It's my efforts. Nobody helped me. Even if in reality, somebody was assisting you, somebody was supporting you. The energy of selfishness. And if you fail, you're going to blame it on everybody else. Oh, it's your fault. Oh, you did not help me. Oh, blah, blah, blah. That's the energy of Aries. That's the lower vibration of Mars, being selfish. Also, the energy of Aries, because Aries is the baby of the zodiac. And imagine a baby who's going to cry for no reason, does stupid things, foolish things, and then going to cry and go back to the mother. Oh, mom, help me. I have nobody but you. But when you were doing things in a foolish way, you did not think about the consequence of your actions. You're just doing things like you're taking, a leap of faith. You're ignoring. You're being impulsive, hasty. You're not being responsible. You're doing things without thinking, basically. And I'm sorry, Aries, if you're listening to me and you're Aries sun, moon, or even rising, this is your energy. This is the truth. You're going to run back to your mom crying, oh, please help me. I have nobody but you. But you've done something in a hasty manner, in being impulsive, foolish, not thinking. That's why Saturn is telling you, hey, pay attention, be careful, be patient, plan strategically of what you're doing. You also need to understand that anything happens around this time, it's meant to happen for your higher good. Anything, it's meant to happen for your higher good, even if it's painful. Even if it's challenging. It's meant to happen to put you in alignment with your life path. If you've been doing things, once again, without thinking, without taking measures, collected measures, then yeah, there could be a very harsh consequence. Okay? Once again, it's all meant for you to be in alignment with your life path. I said it earlier and I'm going to say it again. Solar eclipses could be very much a loss of, a male figure in your life. Now, especially if this new moon solar eclipse is creating a challenging aspect, okay, a square with Saturn or Pluto in your own natal chart. So you need to go back and look at your birth chart. Let's say you are Cancer, Capricorn, or even Aries. And this new moon solar eclipse is creating, let's say you have Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, obviously, you could have Pluto in Capricorn. You probably have a child in it could be in your own chart or chart of somebody you know. Okay, so I'm just going to say it generally speaking. If it's creating a hard aspect with a Pluto or Saturn in your natal chart, means a square, this means this could be very much an indication of death. Saturn and Pluto conjunction with either a lunar eclipse or a solar eclipse could also mean death or a square. And I'm sorry, I didn't want to say that, but I have to say it. Whether it's a solar or lunar eclipse, if it's going to form a hard aspect with Saturn or Pluto, it's ending. Saturn and Pluto. It could also be an ending if it's making a hard aspect with Jupiter in your birth chart. So you always have to look at the relationship, how the transit related to the planet placement in your natal chart. It's mostly very negative if it is, Pluto or Saturn forming a square with either a solar or lunar eclipse, or a conjunction with a solar or lunar eclipse, but also Jupiter. Let's move on. Now, once again, you need to see what planets you have in each of your houses in your natal chart and what kind of aspect that planet is making with this solar eclipse, okay? And if you look in this chart here, don't think that Mars is forming a hard aspect with this. No, Mars is at 22 degrees. It's actually squaring Chiron. Okay? Mars is forming a square with Chiron, which means you are urged to heal something, a wound, because look, Chiron is an Aries under the rulership of Mars. So there is a push for you to overcome or heal a wound, a cut, wound, trauma, could be past life trauma or some painful experience, so you need to heal it, overcome it. Moving on, if you are a fire sign, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say this, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, you're more prone to accidents or fights. So be careful when you are on the road. Please, be careful. Arguments, fights, even though it's a trine, but because of the energy of being impulsive, hasty, not paying attention, and it's an eclipse, it's faded, unpredictable. It's faded and unpredictable. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm being slow because I'm getting lots of downloads and I wanted to focus on what I'm saying and listen to the downloads I'm getting, the messages I'm getting. Now, on the other hand, because it is the following day, and actually not even the following day, as you see in the chart here, Neptune is at 29 degrees 57 minutes. Neptune is very close to this solar eclipse. You probably had visions or dreams during this time. That's something because you're gonna feel it. You sense it. You are sensing it, even if you didn't have a dream or vision or a nightmare or whatever. Okay? Now, it could be a positive dream. It could be a negative dream. Whatever it is, you've seen something. You feel something. You feel something that's going to happen. You don't know what it is. You're still, for some of you, if you are a higher spiritual person and you're in deep connection with your inner voice, your inner self, your higher self, okay, then you probably have seen something. Try not to overreact no matter what. Take it easy and remember, it's meant to happen. Whatever that thing that's going to happen, it's meant to happen. It's fated. You can't reverse it. You can't undo it. It's meant to happen for your higher good. Just be prepared for a fated event. You have no control over it. You can't fight it. It's an eclipse. It's wrapping up an old way of doing something in order to bring in a new journey towards your self-growth. Okay? A journey around your independence, your authenticity, and being unique and different. I'll say it again. It's number 9. It's letting go of something. It's your final opportunity or chance for you to initiate something in your life, to be independent, to be who you really are, to be true to yourself. Any eclipse, whether it's lunar or solar, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to say it again, it's the divine, the nature, God is pushing us to achieve what we meant to be in our journey. God or the nature or the divine, whatever you want to call it, doesn't care about your misery. You've signed a contract. You have willpower. You have the will and the power. It's in your hand. You have free will. God gives us that. I don't care about your belief system. Whatever you believe in, even if you don't have a set of belief, like a certain religion that you follow, you believe in the divine, in nature. You are a spiritual person. We have the divine energy within us. And the divine gave us that will, free will. Okay? The power is in our hands. So This is a push from the divine or from God to put us in alignment with our life path, whether it's a solar or lunar eclipse. I'll say it again, and I'm being repetitive. I repeat things to remind you. Now, for some Aries or a fire sign, not necessarily Aries, but remember, guys, I said that before. If you have 13 degree in your, if let's say your sun, let's say you are Sagittarius, and you are a 13 degree of Sagittarius, means your sun is at 13. This is just an example. Your sun is at 13 degrees Sagittarius, or your moon at 13 degrees Sagittarius, then you have Aries traits, qualities. Remember what I said in one of my videos, that Aries rules degree number 1, degree number 13, and degree number 25. These 3 degrees are ruled by Aries, which means you need to look at your sun, moon, or any planet under these degrees, especially the sun or the moon, means you have the qualities of Aries. Even if you're not Aries, even if you're not sun sign, your sun sign is not an Aries. Even if your sun sign is an Aquarius, or your sun sign in Leo, your sun sign in Scorpio, your sun sign in Cancer. If you have a degree number 1, 13, or 25, means you have these qualities. Means you have this energy, Aries energy. Okay? So let me go back to what I was saying. If you are the type of person who exudes that negative energy of Aries, means being selfish, means being or willing to do whatever it takes to achieve your goal, including stepping on others, including ignoring others, or stepping on others in your way to success, remember, there's something called Saturn here, and Saturn is the Lord of Karma. So there are going to be consequences of this negative energy. I'm not trying to scare you, but the fact, it is what it is. This is a fact, because Saturn is going to be in your sign for the next 2.5 years. Saturn is going to enter Aries in at the end of May, and then is going to go back, I believe in August, or I can't remember exactly. Yeah, it's going to go back into Pisces. So it's going to be in your 12th house. And this is not only for Aries. This is for anyone who has Aries degrees as well. But you're going to have to look at what aspect Saturn is doing with the planet in your chart as well. And Saturn is the Lord of Karma. And I'm in preparation of doing a video about Saturn again, even though I did a very extensive video back in December about Saturn entering into Aries, but there is another video I'm going to focus on certain houses. Anyways, let me just continue about this new moon solar eclipse. So it's very important to remember that you have to be authentic. You have to be disciplined. That's what Saturn is telling you. You have to be responsible. You have to be realistic. You have to act with integrity. And you have to persevere to reap the rewards. Mars here is the ruler of whatever is happening in Aries. And Mars is not in control. The energy of Mars here is very wild. Okay? Because Mars energy is out of balance, is very impulsive. The energy is beyond the control of the individual. It's beyond your control. You're probably going to act, and you're going to behave impulsively or in an impulsive manner. You're going to be very aggressive. There's going to be lots of anger because, once again, Mars is out of the declination of the sun. And I don't know if I have time in this video, I might gonna show you what's the declination, what out of bounds mean or out of declination. Okay, it's a terminology used in astrology when Mars, because Mars is the ruler here. This position of Mars, if you are in these 3 signs here, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, or Sagittarius, Capricorn, or Aquarius, you're out of declination. You're out of bounds. means Mars is like acting in a very aggressive way. This is the declination of the sun here. If you are Pisces, Aries, or Taurus. If you are in these signs, as I mentioned here, Leo, Cancer, Gemini, Sagittarius, Capricorn, or Aquarius, you're out of declination. And I'm going to try, if I don't forget, to show you a chart of what does it mean out of declination. So, once again, you need to act with authenticity. Be true to yourself. Be who you really are. Integrity, I can't emphasize it enough. You have to be, whatever you're doing, be considerate to others. Don't step on others. Acknowledge the kind of support you've received from others in order to be rewarded by Saturn. Saturn wants to discipline you. Saturn doesn't want you to act in an impulsive way. You need to plan strategically. You need to have collected thoughts, okay, or planning. When you talk, you don't hurt others. Consider the others. Be considerate. Have sympathy and empathy to others. You are urged by Saturn to take the initiative and to go forward, but you also have to be considerate and you have to have empathy. So that's the energy of the new moon solar eclipse. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to scare you. There are new doors and new paths are open for you. But once again, you have to be honest and authentic. And I'll see you in the next one, where I'm going to explore the energy for each of the zodiac signs. And obviously, I'm going to start with Aries.